night on the Halos in the Infield Baseball Network.
Think about it. We'll get into everything that we're going to get into as we go along, but I got to rant real quick. But why would you throw out an inexperienced pitcher in a game you're still close in? And I don't care what the record is. You show up for a fucking rivalry game. But he's actually talking to him constantly. That is a sign of a really, really good coach.
It's the ToddFox Post Game Podcast with your host, ToddFox.
Because the only thing I want to yell is fuck! Hey, welcome into another episode of the Halos in the Infield Post Game Show with your host, ToddFox. As we get it going here on a Friday night, hope all is well out there. 714 tickets, 714 tickets. 714 tickets is where you can get your tickets for, no, not the Tailgate. Those are all out for tonight. That sale is over, but you can get concert tickets, tickets for the Angels moving forward, any other ticket when you're out of town. Just put HITI in the Apply Now code at checkout and get your instant 10% off of your purchase. The set price is a set price you pay because there are no taxes, no fees, everything else like that. So if you want to go to an event, sporting event, entertainment, that is the way to go. 714 tickets, so check them out. Now, as we get going here tonight, again, hopefully everything is going good, but not good for the Angels. And again, for the second time in 3 nights, the Angels could have picked up ground in the standings. Had they won one of those games against Chicago, and had they beaten the team tonight, the Arizona Diamondbacks, the Angels would be sitting pretty at about 4 games out right now. Instead, what we're looking at right now is still the 6-game deficit, with Houston getting a little bit closer now. Houston's getting a little bit closer to Texas as Texas is starting to fade. Although they did go out and get Aroldis Chapman, that is one thing that a lot of Angel fans are going to be chapped about because, hey, he's a good pitcher and he would have fit this bullpen pretty good with some veteran presence to help out these young kids because, let's face it, we've got a rebuilt, retooled, young, very young bullpen with other guys coming up. Silseth will be back, stuff like that. So it's going to be, we're going to take our lumps. But tonight was unexpected. Tonight was unexpected for 2 reasons. Griffin Canning had been on a bit of a roll, and it was unexpected that we got Rendon back. Like shortly before the game started, Rendon was left, like he just came out and was like, oh, I'm playing. I'm off the IL. Squid got designated or wished he was designated for assignment. But, no, he was sent down. And so you have that to at least be happy with. But what happened? What happened tonight? I'll tell you what happened. This whole story about the Angels needed to win 15 games every month to get into the postseason. Winning 15 games is going to get you into the postseason each month. And we had someone the other night report or say, hey, you know what? It kind of was difficult to win 15 games in the month of July or because there's only 23 games played. I get that. But this month we had 3 chances in a row to win 15 games and get to that threshold. But it was more like, this whole speech about winning 3 in a row and getting the winning streak going. Well, it was kind of the opposite of that. And that really is disappointing tonight. Because I really felt that the Angels could have made some really good moves this month in catching Texas. They were right there. And despite the game being on the network that it was on, and, we weren't able to watch our guys talk about, everything in Bally's. We didn't get that, but we sure as hell got the terrible calls from Wayne Randazzo and because he's a little bit more cheesier on Apple TV. We had the terrible music, and we had Dontrell Willis trying to sound urban, and that was not good at all. So this is what I call it right here. This is the winning streak one. If we can win games, it's called a win streak. Just role reverse it.
All right, you guys, let's listen up.
We lost a game yesterday. We lost a game today.
That's 2 in a row.
We lose one tomorrow. That's called a losing streak. We had a losing streak, people. 3-game losing streak to end the regular season month of June.
Emotional damage.
3 straight losses. And right when we were feeling good about this team in the Chicago series, it's like,
oh no, we suck again.
Yep, 3 in a row. 3 goddamn games in a row we've lost. And this team is falling. Look, tonight, if you could sum up tonight's performance hitting wise, just uninspired. Uninspired reminds me a lot of 2022, except we have a stacked lineup, or at least guys that can perform and have performed in their careers, but refuse to do it when we need them right now. The scoring started with Evan Longoria, who I feel has been playing since 1981. He singled on a sharp line drive to left center for Taylor Ward. It was 1-0. Then Lourdes Gurriel hits a grand slam in the second inning. Canning couldn't get the third out. 5-0, purple hair and all. Then Shohei Ohtani hits a who gives a fuck home run. And you could say, man, it's messed up, Todd. But come on, dude. At this point, solo home runs aren't going to do it. For real, solo home runs are not going to help anything. How are we supposed to get more runs and score and be better and like that if we're not getting anybody on base and ahead of him? He's got 30 home runs, something like 60-some-odd RBIs. That's just Mike Trout type numbers because nobody can ever get on in front of him because we're obsessed with batting these guys second and third instead of 3 and 4, and we don't put capable guys ahead of them to get on base. We're, again, starting Taylor Ward. And every time, even before the loss, I was thinking when Taylor Ward was leadoff again,
oh no, we suck again.
Because obviously we have a losing record with Taylor Ward in there. We have a losing record with him, and we have a 1-something he has a 171 average as a leadoff hitter. He sucks. He fucking sucks. And Nevin just every time, put him in. Don't trust the rookie. Leave him out of it. So the Angels lose a game in the wild card standings. They're 2 out. And I don't want to focus on the fucking wild card. I want to focus on the division, but you can't do that if you're losing these stupid ass games. They were so uninspired. It was boring tonight. Not only does the telecast shit on all levels on Apple TV, it's dog shit, but they don't perform. Like they don't get any rallies going. They don't even give you a fighting chance. It's just uninspired, boring baseball. You know, they add on a run 6-1. Then the bottom of the 8th comes up. Shohei Ohtani leads off with a walk. Trout hits into what should be at least a force out at second. The ball gets away from the from Gurriel, or no, whoever was playing. I think Marte was playing over there. Ball goes into left center field. Ohtani just jogs to third. Where the hell was Trout? First base coach didn't even lift a finger to tell him to go to second. So he stayed at first. Okay. Why does that matter, Todd? Because the next dumbass that comes up is Rendon. And what does Rendon do? With a pitcher who now has put himself into trouble, first and third, he swings the first fucking pitch and quickly kills the inning by grounding into a double play. Yeah, you scored a run, but it doesn't matter. It's just it might as well have been a solo blast. It doesn't matter. You just killed another rally. 6-2. And that's all it was. It's pathetic. Hold on a second. I got a call here. My phone was going crazy. But you lose a game what is it called? You lose a game 6-2 tonight. Very uninspiring. In a game that, again, where you have, let's look up the stats here. Hold on, I got thrown off by the phone call. Let's see. I'll have to check my phone because there's some family issue I don't want to get into that's kind of popping up here. 6 runs, 5 hits for the Arizona Diamondbacks. 2 runs, 4 hits for the Angels. Henry gets the win. He goes to 5-1, 4.03 ERA. Canning is 6-3 with a 4.29 ERA. The box score right here for the Angels tonight. Let's go over the Diamondbacks. Pedro Momo or whatever his name is. 1 for 4 tonight. Marte went, he went 0 for 4. Marte went 1 for 4. Gary Al had the grand slam. He went 2 for 5. Walker, the other big name player, 0 for 4. They didn't have their best player out there, Carroll. Longoria went 1 for 3. He had 2 strikeouts. Again, the Diamondbacks struck out 11 times tonight. Fletcher's brothers debuted with a hit, 1 for 4. Again, how many times did we hear about their father passing away? That was drowned out tonight. 2 for 5 with runners in scoring position for the Diamondbacks. Henry pitched 5 2/3, 8 strikeouts, 2 walks, and the bullpen just put up a bunch of zeros. Although Ginkel did give up a unearned run right there. So there you go. The Angels just whimpered out. And as far as the Angels lineup here, Taylor Ward 1 for 4 tonight, but he's pathetic. Ohtani 1 for 2 tonight, 2 walks. He did what he could. Trout did what he could, 2 for 4. But again, you're not getting anybody ahead of you to drive in, and you're not getting anybody behind you to drive you in. Because why? Nevin decides to put a guy who's, I think he's 3 for 28 in the lineup, and not only just in the lineup, he puts him in at 4. And you asked me, hey, weren't you happy about getting Moustakas? Yeah, that's fine. Getting Moustakas, a bench guy, but automatically putting a guy like him who's probably 2-3 years away from his prime at the number 5 spot, yeah, not really good, because that tells you how bad Renfroe's been doing. He's 0 for 4. Moustakas went 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, the hat trick tonight. Escobar went 0 for 4 tonight. Wallach went 0 for 2 tonight. Fletcher went 0 for 2 tonight. Renifo and Theis came in there in pinch hit situations, went 0 for 1. So you asked me, why do we need a first baseman? Well, Moustakas is a guy that should be playing off the bench, not a starter. Renfroe is, I don't know what the fuck is going on with Renfroe. Rendon is terrible, and again, Nevin thinks this is a great lineup. Nevin says that, I like Ward at leadoff, and I like Rendon at 4. What is Renfroe or Rendon done for you this year? Let's take a look at his stats if we can here. If it's not pulling up, I don't know why it's not pulling up there. I'm just gonna go on the freaking website here because this is taking forever. Let's see. So you have Anthony Rendon right now. This year, he's coming in with 133 at bats, 33 hits, 1 home run, 22 RBIs, or 21 RBIs. Excuse me, gave him one too many. He's got a 248 average. You want that guy to be your number 4 cleanup hitter? He sucks. I mean, you really want this guy to be your number 4 hitter? I mean, it makes no sense whatsoever, and yet we have him in there as our number 4. Hold on a second. There we go. Okay. So I don't know where this team's going. Tonight was uninspired. For the way that they started this month and got a little hot and played pretty good baseball through the month of June. Yeah, they dropped some games they should have won, but they were doing okay. But to finish out the rest of June, only 4 games over 500 is disappointing. 6 games out of first place, 2 out of the wild card. It's pretty sad right now to see where they're at. They're 22-19 at home. They're barely over 500 at home or on the road. And against teams above 500, they are 11-22. 11 games under 500. I'm starting to feel really bad about this team now, because you don't whimper out on and I thought we were gonna play good, finishing out the month of June and getting into the freaking month of July. Our tailgate tomorrow. I thought, man, this is going to be good. You know, we're going to have a good time tomorrow. We're on a win streak. Now it's like, boy, if we got to hope that they break the losing streak on the tailgate. And tonight was just so uninspiring. The pitcher we were facing tonight is not like a world beater. We're not facing Andy Pettitte in his prime. We're not facing anybody like terrifically good or anything out there. Like we're just facing a guy. And he made us look bad tonight. I mean, what happened? It's hard to say why we are the way we are. It's hard to figure that this many games into the season, 84 games in, we're still fighting with each other about, are we going to bunt or not? We're still putting in guys who just can't fucking hit. And I get $38 million for Rendon. I get it. But you don't put him in the 4 spot. Move him somewhere else down in the lineup. And the guys that were carrying us a little bit or doing the little things, all of a sudden they can't hit either. Like freaking Wallach all of a sudden's hit a freaking brick wall. He can't get a hit to save his life. Well, then bunt with him. No, we can't do that. You know, we need Neto back so bad, dude. And we have so many issues on this team right now moving forward. It is really sad right now. I mean, Taylor Ward, 1 for 4 again. He's barely batting .240, and you got this guy as your leadoff hitter. I mean, right now I'd rather take Escobar at leadoff, or hell, just Fletch. I like 9 at Fletch down there, but until Neto comes back, or until you give Moniak a legitimate shot, why don't you put Fletch at leadoff? It's just this team is just terrible right now. I don't know what to think moving forward. You know, I mean, because I don't know what we're gonna do as far as wait. Why is it doing that? I don't know what we're gonna do as far as a team. Like, I'm getting distracted here. I'm sorry. I don't know if this team can recover and catch up to these other teams that are ahead of them. Because I thought for a while there we had the arms in place. The bullpen was coming together. The starting pitching was coming together. And that may be true, but the hitting is nowhere close. The hitting is just falling off in all positions. Maybe it was Squid coming up here and just ruining it for everybody. But, dude, I cannot stress how frustrating it is that this team goes out there in front of almost a sellout and can't do shit against the Arizona team that, yes, is better, but they're not this good. Like, look at what we got tomorrow is Tyler Anderson, dude. We gotta rely on Tyler Anderson to stop the bleeding. 3-game losing streak. And we gotta face Nelson tomorrow, Ryan Nelson, who is in 16 starts. He was backed up, 4.97 ERA, 4-4. He looks just like a guy, a regular pitcher. Nothing spectacular. He's just run-of-the-mill starter in the MLB. Tyler Anderson's going to come in there and be like, okay, I'm in 14 games starting. I'm 4-2, 82 hits given up in 74 innings. I've got a 5.54 ERA. That guy is the guy that we're relying on to stop our losing streak. And yes, it's not a huge losing streak, but it's telling because, again, Arizona plays Texas. I mean, not Arizona. Houston plays Texas. And if Houston can rattle off another win or so, that's good for us. But if they win and we lose, what more is it? That can't help us. That can't help us moving forward because we're over here dropping games we should be winning too. So it's kind of frustrating to see where we're at right now in the standings. I just feel we should be way better than what we are right now. It is so frustrating to see where we're at right now. So let's get into some of the comments here. And Hunter checks in with Canning couldn't get out of the 3rd inning. Oh, wait, but before I get into that's how much everything's been thrown off tonight. Let me get into the awards tonight. I don't even know who I'm going to give the fucking award to. It's an uninspiring game tonight, so it might as well be an uninspiring post-game show. Maybe that's what it is. I'm just playing off of the freaking energy that the Angels are giving us. But Lourdes Gurriel, with his purple hair in all its glory, he hit the grand slam, and that was a nail in the coffin. It's pretty sad that in this third inning of that game where they lost the other day, where against Chicago, that was the nail in the coffin right there. They lost in the third inning. They couldn't recover. This team is so paper thin that that's all it took, and that was it. And this game, grand slam, second inning, you have 8 innings, in my estimation, to catch up, and you do nothing. You just hit a Rendon double play RBI. That's it. Uninspiring, terrible defense or terrible hitting, and just nothing. No spark. And I think they're feeding off of Nevin's energy. And, boy, they better see something, because guess who was in the stands tonight? We posted a picture thanks to Thomas, who texted it to me. He was at the game tonight. Our boy Artie Farty Moreno from the suites up there checked in and did his thing up there overlooking the game with a pretty mad face. So we'll see. Angels with runners in scoring position tonight. Not many chances. They were 0 for 3. They left 6 men on. They struck out 10 times tonight as well. But Yuri Gurriel gets the Stamos tonight, which I hate giving it to other teams, but there it is. And then we're going to go with the Nacho Night Award.
All the cheese, all the refried beans, all the onion and tomato and the guacamole, all the beef and jalapeno and the sour cream, all the nachos.
The Nacho Night Award for the worst guys on the field, and we're going to give it to 2 guys who are going to share from the same helmet nachos. We're not going to give them even 2 helmets tonight because they don't deserve it. It's Mike Moustakas with a hat trick tonight, 3 strikeouts, and we're also going to give it to Anthony Rendon, and then we're going to give it to Hunter Renfroe. So combined, those 3 actually are going to share it. They had 5 strikeouts. They went 0 for 11 and 1 walk. So that's, 0 for 11, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts between your supposed number 4, 5, and 6 hitters. This was a doomed lineup from the start. You should have started Theis. Again, the refusal to play lefties versus righties. I mean, Wallach has been in a free fall. So why start him first off? You've been benching Theis a lot lately. Ward can't hit water if he fell out of a boat as well. So, again, you're giving 2 outs away. Let the lefties take a shot at a mediocre left-handed pitcher. Nope, can't do that. Philosophy says no. Hunter Munford says 3 and 7 in their last 10. Justin Option says, I'm guessing we are now saying goodbye to Ohtani. James Malou checks in with the ever so popular balls, and some Ohtani.
I was pretty cocky.
I want balls and John Stamos.
What's up with Rendon's low rider batting stance? It's the I don't give a fuck stance. John says, laugh my ass off. They do this all the time. Win a series or 2, then give up to the best in the NL. Hunter says, Angels need to push right now, like right now. Johnny says, at what time does the tailgate start? It's 2 p.m. John also says, the new opponent format is so dope. It just home Braves come to Anaheim next season. Yeah, or hope well, you're going to see a lot more teams come here that we've never seen before, so that's pretty cool. You get the Pirates this year, too. No Bone Rendon. The chair says, didn't I just see you? Yes, you did. Mateo says, I am not concerned with whatsoever. We are 2 games out of the wild card spot. We are still in it. Everyone relax. 4 hits not acceptable for Grillmaster. And I get it, but I don't want to be thinking wild card. I want to think division. Kenny gets his first 2 outs and then morphs into a dumbass Sandy Cheeks. We are collapsing 7 or more out of the wild card by July 20th. That's Grillmaster's awesome. What do you call it? He loves to be so optimistic, right? He's so happy with his team. Hurry up, Angels, and shit the bed so I can actually get something for trading Ohtani, or we can get something for trading Ohtani. Also, emotional damage right there for sports news.
Emotional damage.
Grillmaster says Dontrell sucks. Remember, he could have been an Angel one of those days back in the day, and the Marlins were willing to trade him. But Regan said no. We need to win tomorrow, and after that, Dan Rio says, I want Houston to beat Texas, but if we can't get the win, it's mood point, so no Stukas over Disneyland for 3 days. Exactly. We need to rally again. We are falling apart. The hitting is what's killing us. Absolutely killing us again. Kroomskar says, see y'all at the tailgate. Hopefully they win. Jack Chandler says, Tommy Henry beat us. What the fuck? Exactly. Remember, all these Arizona pitchers are facing us for the first time. I don't care. The Angels should do their homework, man. That's the problem, and that's been with the Angels for years now. We make rookies look good. They never do their homework. Jack Chandler says the Angels memes of Anaheim were laughing stock of the MLB. We sure are. Send down Ward. CSB Douche Jab says Impossible Fletcher at 9 and Ward at first. Before it was Neto and Moniak. Huge difference. Boy, and that's the thing. Neto in the lineup at 9 flips the batting over so nicely for freaking Moniak, yet we don't have either one of those guys in there because they don't want to test that out. Playoffs, Ryan says. Playoffs?
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me?
Exactly. Hopefully these dudes pull it out together after a week of partying and doing coke, then get it out of their system and focus on baseball the second half and make a push, or if they can, or peace out to Ohtani. And that's the thing, dude. Again, these guys got to get their shit together. I don't want to see anyone participating in the home run derby. We've got to start hitting the ball. But again, we've been a broken record all year. The Angels brass does not want to change a damn thing, and it's getting so frustrating because they're losing this season. They're letting it go because they refuse to do the fundamentals to get this team winning again, to get them into the postseason. You know, and we're not even by winning right now. We're not. I wish we were winning, but we're not even by winning.
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there.
Not really. The Halos are pretenders, 714 says. Also, Joseph says Hunter Renfroe can't do anything. Yeah, he's been terrible. God, you know, in April, I thought, man, what a great steal we got. Hunter Renfroe's like leading the team in home runs. Now that Ohapi's out and he's like kicking ass and taking names, he's leading the team. Wow, not so much anymore, right? Let Adele play or trade him. Let's see. Also, Dylan says offense sucks and pitching is garbage. Our coaches suck. What else can we say? I literally thought we have had a chance to make a wild card. Nope, wrong. And that's the problem. No jury either tonight. Jack Chandler says, I wish this team would show more heart, but they just don't have it. And Drury should be your number 4 moving forward. You shouldn't have Rendon anywhere under 6. He should be 7, 8. And please get Ward the fuck out of the leadoff spot. God, what are you doing? I've said it time and time again. Rendon is a rally killer. He should just stay on the IL. He should. Hunter says the guy Anderson is pitching tomorrow. Why Shohei Ohtani always lead off? I don't know. I'm telling you, so would trade for Buck Showalter. He's a winning coach. The Mets are just fucking his decision makings. But it'll probably be same here when it comes down to decision making or so. Johnny says, well, that's probably it too. They probably feed him too much analytics. So that's probably what it is. Oh, man. Moustakas does suck right now. The Angels need to stop being babies to stop the stupid lineups. 3 hits with runners in scoring position. Rendon is stealing money. He's been stealing money. Moniak, Trout, or Moniak, Neto, Trout, and Ohtani. I'd be good with that, Mateo. Moniak, Rendon, Trout, and Ohtani. Drury should be at the top 5 of the lineup. I don't like Rendon there anymore. I really don't. I think he should be batting 8. Yeah, Perry thinks we should get old and not in their primes anymore. Trade for Scherzer. Ryan says hitting was a no-show today, but I guess they are already demoralized by those 2 out runs given up by Canning in the first 2 innings. At this point, Ohtani is the only starting pitcher we can trust on the mound. It's a problem. And even if Canning makes that mistake, they only give up 1 run the rest of the game. Where the hell's the offense? You know, and Randazzo really wanted to play this once they hit the home run. And you know what? They were playing the shitty Bally's music, or not the shitty Bally's music, shitty Apple music. I mean, there's no need to be playing that music and showing an Ohtani home run every 5 seconds. We get it. He hit his 30th. That's great, but that's 1 run. Again, they hit with runners on and score home runs get multiple runs. The Angels can only hit solos. We sick at home. That's just horrible. Jack says the A's beat the White Sox too. Laugh out loud. So sad. Also because we are on Apple TV, we lose. Trotter here says Moustakis and Renfroe should be all over the softball league. Over the Hill softball league. They should be in that one. Hannah says we fucking suck. Dylan says I meant we suck at home. Just pathetic. Otani homers, Q Bally's. You mean this? DFA that Chad. Let's see. Carl says, when will we admit that it's finally over? At this point, set Otani free. He deserves better. We're not good enough to make him into the playoffs. It's over. Start over. Well, Carl, it's not over because our fearless leader, Farty Moreno, was at the stadium tonight. He's got unfinished business. Just look at our IG page. He looks concerned. He looks pissed. Farty wants to win. He's got unfinished business. I can't even say that with a straight face because I know it's bullshit. He should have fucking sold.
Oh, no. We suck again.
Ward sucks at leadoff. Let's put him in there. Surely he'll succeed. Nevin. Let's see. The stock is falling still for Hunter. Ryan says, what is Thames doing? No adjustments given to these hitters. He's just there fanboying on Otani and Trout. Yeah. There's no way that he's helping these guys fix anything. And if you tell me otherwise, I'll just tell you.
Come on, don't bullshit me.
Also, maybe Neto will create a spark. This has been a problem for this team, dude. It just we don't have any kind of freaking support for these for the team right now for the pitching. So if we do have a rough inning, we don't do anything, and there is no adjustments. The other pitcher gets better. Look what happened the other day. Lance Lynn, how the fuck does he settle down and finish that game and gets the victory? He gave up 3 home runs early. We should have kept pounding him, but then he changed his stuff, and, well, guess what happened? We didn't. See, Overworld says, I still have hope. Hunter says, Angels finna make Ryan Nelson look like Pedro Martinez. We can't recover. Look how bad we are with men on base. Strikeout, pop-up, and double play. Can't believe we got another crappy hitting coach. Let's see. Also, Otani is at this point is just showing other teams his talent to whoever chooses to pay him, and he's going to get paid. Let's see. Also, what is a win? Artie was in attendance. That bitch is to blame. Dan says, I'm so done with Nevin. Insanity, doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Hashtag Albert Einstein are quoted. Dominique checks in with one bad inning ruins Angels games most of the time. It's ridiculous. How can you not rally or get your troops going or change up things? Why is it that you get punched? Because right now we're a boxer with a glass jaw. We take one punch to that jaw, we hit the canvas, and that's it. We don't get up. We don't try to do things different. We don't try to protect that chin. It's just stay down and count to 10. Nevin is ruining this team, Trouter here says. I totally agree. Camfrey says, was at tonight's game and going to go tomorrow. I just got depressed after the first 2 innings. Like 3 straight games, the starting pitchers can't stop giving up runs in the second and third innings. That just can't happen. Hope to see you there tomorrow too, Camfrey. Come by. I don't know if you bought tickets for our tailgate, but definitely come by and say hi either way. Mateo says the 1-0 to Otani is absolutely annihilated, way back and gone. Otani gets the Angels on the board 5-1 Arizona. That's the problem with that call, Mateo. I love the call until it says Otani gets the Angels on board 5-1, a solo shot. Plus, the offense not doing anything to chip into the deficit and make a comeback doesn't help either. Yeah, it's pretty annoying. This team can't score the broadside of a barn. Sports News says time to send Chad down and bring up Edgar Cuero. That might be the next move. 3 losses in a row, that's called the losing streak. Yeah, we played that earlier, and we might as well play that again because I'll just have to talk over him and adjust things correctly for the Angels.
All right, you guys, let's listen up. We won a game.
We lost a game yesterday. If we lose one today,
that's 2 in a row.
If we lose one tonight, that's called a losing streak. Nope, we lost. Frankly, all the hitters get nachos, even Squid, because he's still alive in this world. That sucks. That's definitely a Grill Master comment. The Reds will be in town on my birthday. August 21st through 23rd. It's Your Boy says, it's just because the Angels lost to the Royals, we're still playoff contenders. Fans are seeing the light on Twitter and accepting that you shouldn't be focusing on being buyers in early June, LOL. Exactly. You got to prove it. And here's the thing, It's Your Boy. They really have to be, if you're really serious contenders, you have to have a showing of consistency, consistent baseball, consistent winning, consistent scoring and pitching. If you're doing all that in May and June, if you're looking like the Atlanta Braves and the Tampa Bay Rays, that's on another level. Then by all means, you're thinking, who are we going to get in at the trade deadline in May and June? But if you're the Angels, we just want you to be within sniffing distance of the division. If you're 3 out and you're like +1 or 2 in the wild card, then by all means, I'm thinking we're going to be buyers. It's not too early. But when you're 6 out and you're 2 out, I'm not really smelling anything right now. The only thing I'm smelling right now from the Angels and that suite that Artie's at is that's it. Let's see. Typical Angels falling off before the All-Star break. Hunter says, nah, I need to come on the show so I can look forward to an Angel game. Yeah, you need to make that happen. Damn, Nevin, this team has no heart. MT says, and it's true, while Canning let up the grand slam and the RBI hit, it's still the offense's fault tonight. Fletcher isn't Neto and Wallach isn't Ohapi. Sooner or later, these injuries would come back to bite us in the ass, and these positions need to step up besides Ohtani and Trout of late. Nobody else has stepped in. Great call right there, Little Wayne. Also, it's always the offense's fault. Angel Central checks in with balls, and Tony 2 outs.
Tonight, it's time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and
it's Tony 2 outs. We are going streaking in the wrong. We are going streaking in the wrong. In the wrong way? I got to find that soundbite because yeah.
Sorry, we're going streaking through the quad and into the gymnasium. Come on, everybody!
And I think the hitting is really sad. It's either the clown theme or it's this one. And I think that's that theme because they're not doing anything. Like, that's how fast their innings are. Like, the Diamondbacks or any other team will come in here and have a long inning, score some runs or at least pressure, get a couple hits or whatever, force our pitchers to pitch more pitches than they should. And then we come up and it's just over. Like 1 out, 2 outs, pop out, and then the inning is over. And then let's come back and then show Ohtani's home run from like 6 innings earlier. Grillmaster says, fuck Apple TV. I agree. Also, just waiting for Trout to get going. Seems to be getting going a little bit. Dominic says, we won the last time we were on Apple TV. Oh, that's right. That's right. I didn't even, I didn't count that one, Dominic, is because the last time me and you did the show, we didn't care to like comment on how they were doing things as much. We were just having fun doing the show with Fernando. Let's see. The Mets never won a single series in the month of June. That's pathetic. No fight when adversity hits this team. Pussies. Balls, and Farty Moreno. Oh, I like that one a lot right there. And so does Roger. Roger really likes that one.
I was pretty cocky.
I want balls and John Stamos.
Yes, a lot of John Stamos. Also, let's see. Little Wayne says Fletcher. Oh, I already read that one. Let's see. Oh, on the bright side, ESPN destroyed their own network and fired everybody that had talent today. There's still talent over there, Little Wayne. I mean, listen, Jalen Rose was no talent. They got rid of Max Kellerman was no talent. He was wokest one over there. I mean, they used to have talent, but most of them left. You know what I mean? And they did fire some other ones. Halo Honk is on there. That's my name. Let's see. It's Your Boy says the devil himself was there, but had his wife give out scholarships while having her named owner. That dick is too. That's why he was there. He's so scared to get the backlash from the fans. But that's why Roger's mad.
Anymore. I just can't. And they can fire me if they want.
But I can't sit around and listen to negative phone call after negative phone call. If you're a so-called Angel fan, if you're a Halo honk for life like me,
then shut up.
With
Nevin's got to go.
It's this guy's fault. It's that guy's fault. Forget it. Let it go. We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
Exactly. The season starts tomorrow at the tailgate. We're gonna ride this bitch all the way. We're gonna win tomorrow, and then we're just gonna get on a serious win streak. And the season starts tomorrow. So just let it go. Whatever happened the last 3 games, who cares? It doesn't matter. Season starts tomorrow. Moniak needs to play every day, Halo Honk says. We need a big change. Rendon is a start. Rendon is not a start, Halo Honk. I was with you for 2 or 3 of those comments, but Rendon is another player hindering this team. He does not give a shit. Because of this home run, we only hear Bally's and Roger creaming himself. Exactly. Johnny B. Good says Angels are the definition of insanity because they keep pitching or keep putting bad hitters in starters and benching the good ones, thinking that they could still make the playoffs. Nevin's a clown. Abraham says, I hope Artie regrets not selling this past offseason. This team is going to be worth a lot less when Ohtani leaves. And that's a great point, Abraham, because look what happened with the Washington Nationals. Washington Nationals were, a year or 2 removed from the World Series. The Lerner family wanted to sell them, but they gutted the team first. And lo and behold, 2.5 years later, the Nationals are still for sale. And they can't get the money that they want. And this team was valued at about $2.5 to $3 billion with a B. And Farty bought this team for $200 million, or just under $200 million, which is a steal if you think about it. Because that's before all the big Bally's contracts came in. Because apparently those exclusive contracts are worth a ton of money, and that's what valued this franchise 30 times what it should have been. And so he should just took the money and ran. Now he'll still come out smelling like roses. He won't smell like this after he sells the team, but he'll definitely smell like roses because he'll be making billions with a B. But imagine what he could have been making if this team were in the playoffs and they had Ohtani signed long term. Which both those things could have happened if we would have got a new owner this year. First thing the new ownership would have did is got a freaking new, or new contract for Ohtani. They wouldn't have let him go to spring training. That's what we were bitching about all off season. And when Farty made that decision, we were like, great, there goes the season. Grillmaster says, bring back Paul Sereno. Why? Still waiting on this team to call players only meeting. And that's the other thing we've always talked about, Camfrey. With this organization, since Socia left, there's no players only meeting. There's no team meeting. There's nothing. Nobody, no accountability. We cannot do that. We must be nice to everybody. It's Your Boy says, I knew when they hired Marcus Thames it was a bad hire because the Stankies fired him for offense always choking in big moments. Yeah, he always tells these guys, it's okay to swing on the first pitch. No, it's not. Unless the pitch is coming down the middle, just be selective. Some pitchers you can do that against. Most you can't. They have no idea what a player's only meeting is. The Grand Slam was a dagger in the heart. The Angels' grandma says it's way too early to give up. Our Angels will make the playoffs. And we're not giving up, Angels' grandma, but it's not looking good because we just don't have when you come off such a bad 3-game stretch like they just did with uninspired baseball, it's really hard because you can tell, even if you don't think I'm right or other people are right when they say that this team dips in the middle of the game and they don't adjust to the other pitchers and they don't adjust to what's happening in the game. Just look at the last 3 games. When they face any kind of adversity, the offense shuts down. When the other team starts to say, okay, we're going to start pitching them inside because they're looking for the fastball out and over the plate or on the outside corner, we're going to start. Instead of adjusting to what they're doing, the Angels keep going up there with the same mentality. So if you're not adjusting, the other team's adjusting, well, what's going to happen? A whole lot of nothing. You're going to throw up a whole lot of goose eggs, and that's what they've been doing. And they don't spark any rallies. They don't have any comebacks. There's no secret handshakes or nothing pointing back to the dugout because they're not giving themselves an opportunity to do that. It's the same thing every night. And the games that they do win, they're catching the other teams off guard, and or they're actually having good at bats because the pitchers aren't talented enough to switch up their stuff, or they're able to weed out what the pitchers are doing. But there's a lot of games where all it takes is some coaching, and this team would be infinitely better. But no. I got my Pico de Gallo ready for tomorrow's at the tailgate. Again, show up on time. Roberto Christensen says, I keep expecting greatness from a mediocre Angels players that is proving futile. Other than Trout, Ohtani, and Estevez, everyone else sucks. It's so frustrating. Ray Ochoa says somebody needs to slap the fuck out of Rendon. That swing on the double play with a 2-1 count was pathetic. It was pathetic. I could have did that. You know what I mean? Like, you could have did that. We could have hit right to the shortstop. Someone needs to throw chairs in the clubhouse. I agree. Joey says need Cabbage and Adele to come up here to this lineup to give a needed spark. Just think about this, guys, for a second. If O'Hoppe wasn't hurt, or if O'Hoppe can come back this month, not that he's not gonna, but the chances are is maybe September. If not, he's shut down till next year. Let's just say O'Hoppe were to come off and be your everyday catcher. Moniak was given the keys to the car in left field. You move Renfroe to first base, or you move Renfroe like on a trade, or put him on the bench, make him the fourth outfielder. You put Adele in right field, or vice versa, right field with Moniak, left field with Adele. And then, Neto's healthy. And then you give up on the Moustakas thing at first, and you give it to Cabbage. And then you got a solid lineup out there. And maybe you can't do nothing with Rendon, which sucks. But you'd have Rendon, you'd have Neto, you'd have Fletcher, and then you have Cabbage at first, Adele in left, Moniak in right, Trout in center, Ohtani your DH, and O'Hoppe behind the plate. That's not bad. And I think, what does that have? It's basically a lineup where you got rid of most of your freaking veterans and you threw it over to 3 stars. Well, 2 stars and 1 supposedly with Rendon. And then you have Fletcher, and the rest are all young talent. The youth movement is needed hitting-wise. It worked with the bullpen. Why not just say fuck it and let's go all in? Let's go all in with our youth movement. It worked with Cincinnati. I mean, last I checked, Cincinnati's balling right now in first place with basically a team that 90% of them, outside of Votto and a few other vets, were in the AAA farm system of the Reds or AA. And now magically they're not only performing at the major league level, they're thriving. It can be done. Nevin needs to do a Hal McRae. Mateo says, what is Papa Fox saying? You know what? He actually hung out with his buddy tonight, so he didn't even watch the game. He called it before the game started. He goes, they're probably going to lose again tonight. He was right. What did Matt Wise and Marcus Thames ever do? Nothing in their careers. That's the problem, Joey. I've always wanted guys that were proven. We used to have, like I brought it up before, guys like Don Baylor, freaking a lot, what is it, Rod Carew, a lot of guys, Mickey Hatcher, who had good stats and were good hitters and good teachers. We don't have that. We don't even have a mediocre, like hitting instructor who's just a good teacher. We don't have any of that. Bad News Bears theme. Rose is more woke than Max wanted to cancel Mount Rushmore. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, don't say Mount Rushmore. That's racist. What a dipshit. Angel Central says, oh, Tiny, show me your honk. Dude, show me your honk. Yeah, dude, he would love, Roger would love to have Ohtani show him his honk. Darth said Ward is batting .250 versus lefties and .237 versus righties. Nothing about that split indicates that Ward is a must against lefties. Nevin's a dumbass. I want to see Moniak, and for fuck's sake. Exactly. And see, Moniak will come out there and give you a 3 for 5, and then it's like, ride the bench. I was surprised he got a start the next day when he was essentially 6 for 6 in that 25-1 game. He was 5 for 5, including a walk. I mean, God, it's pathetic, dude. I mean, what a dumbass freaking Nevin is. I can't stand the guy. Also, R. Martinez says, I think this season ended today. No, it started today, R. Martinez. The season starts tomorrow, Mateo says. Eric Worth says, so glad I went to see the Indy 500 tonight. What a fucking joke. Yeah, you didn't miss nothing tonight. If you thought you didn't miss nothing yesterday, wow, you really didn't miss nothing today. I believe that this team may be in for a rough patch. You always said, Mateo. Oh, no, actually, that's Grillmaster. No, if Mateo's saying it, then it could be a problem. Joey says, feels like this team swings at a lot of ball fours and no plate discipline. Yeah, they do. How many times have you seen this team strike out on pitches head level or in the dirt? Sebastian says, I need the tailgate info for tomorrow. Well, if you've gotten your tickets, Sebastian, if you've gotten your tickets already, then just meet us over by the Big A. You'll see us right there. We'll have all the Angel stuff there. We're going to have a lot of we're going to have these black shirts lined up. So if you know our logo, the halos in the infield, sort of like wrestling style, you'll see those right there because we're going to be giving those away. We're going to have thunder sticks. We're going to have a bunch of stuff. You'll see us there, and then we're going to be grilling starting at 2 p.m., and then we'll have all the food and drinks ready for everybody to hang out, some music, and it should be fun. It should be fun hanging out there for the tailgate. Bring your chairs, though, if you got them. We're not supplying any chairs, so that's the info right there. Okay, time for Savage Garden. You mean this guy?
Emotional damage.
Until the sky falls down on me.
And it's falling down on us tonight. It sure is. Let's see. Also, a move Renfroe to the Yokohama Bay Stars. Oh, yeah, he could join our boy over there. Mateo says, my rule as a coach is if you don't perform, you get your benched. That's what I would do if I was the Angels manager. That means half this lineup would be benched. Silent E says, it seems like this team needs to be more disciplined at the plate and more or less than aggressive and swinging away, or more aggressively swinging away. Put pressure on the pitcher and let the defense make mistakes. Pass the baton. Exactly. Keep it going. But you know what we do? We get the first two guys on and everyone wants to swing for the fences. Following up on my earlier comment, this should be an everyday lineup if we were serious about contending. Neto returns, Moniak, Otani, Trout, Drury, Cabbage, Adele, Rendon, Theis, Wallach, Neto. It's not a bad lineup, and I would like to see that. No Savage Garden, more like 9 Inch Nails closer since Artie is fucking us like animals. That's awesome, Dan. That is awesome. Send that guy we called up and down. James, can you replay the Otani home run? Again, I'm not James. James, just play the clip. Just listen to what I gotta say, please. That's the home run right there. Otani! Tailgate tomorrow, and yeah, I'm going to get lit. Johnny says, dude, along with wearing your clown suit tomorrow, you'll have a sign that says, hi, I'm Artie Moreno, the airplane. Dude, I think what I'm going to do is afterwards I will record that and put that on our page, because if I say that inside the stadium, I might turn some heads in the wrong way and get kicked out. Roberto says, how are we doing the wake up the zombie angel players? Or how do we wake up these zombie angel players? They play baseball like they're working at an office. I don't see no passion or willingness to win. And I agree. This team seriously gets into its own way all the freaking time. And there is no passion out there. There's nobody celebrating. There's, like I said, no handshakes, no pointing to the dugout, nothing like that. It's terrible. I don't know how you wake this team up other than shaking up the coaching staff, because the coaching staff is partly responsible as well. I mean, yeah, they can't hit for these guys, but come on. Let's see. Also, it says, wait, I'm getting a lot of comments here. It says, I see Ward played against the lefty, laugh out loud. How did his asshole do? 0 for 4? He went 1 for 4 tonight. That's it. Silent E says, will there ever be a live stream from the tailgate? I would love to be there, but I live in Japan, so it's literally impossible for me. I think we're going to have the pregame show there. Not sure where the postgame will be. I don't know if I'm going to do it here from the studio or do it at Noble. So I don't know yet. Can I bathe with your Elvis hair, Todd? No. Let's see. 5 for 9 have to be benched right now. I agree. Mateo says, when do the paper bags come out? When we start to officially fall out of it. Maybe wear shirts that say Fire Nevin. We might have to make those. How close is the tailgate will be? Let's see. How close to the tailgate will I be able? I don't know what you mean by that. Joey says, if we are so quick to give underperforming relievers the boot, why aren't we doing the same with Renifo, Ward, and Renfroe? That's a good question, Joey. We've been asking that for some time. He's got a quick trigger to DFA pitchers and get rid of pitchers and call them up, but he doesn't do that with position players. Let's see, to get if I pull up at 2:30. You should be all right at 2:30. Johnny B. Good says, do it, Todd. The expression scene of embarrassment on his face would be worth $55 in itself, as well as having fireball diarrhea after those tacos and nachos. Hey, we're going to make some good food, man. Let's see, Todd, do you think this team will have another brawl? Not likely. The Angel's grandma says, you're only having black shirts, no red shirts. Well, see, the thing is, we're trying to stand out at the stadium, and we got more red. We got a lot of designs that we're going to be using for upcoming stuff. So we're going to be doing some merch, but this was our first shot at printing out a bunch of shirts all together, and those NWO ones are really cool. They got the red lettering, so you'll like them, Angel's grandma. Mateo, you read, we need a huge brawl. Alex Bro says, Ohtani scored our only 2 runs. I honestly can't blame Ohtani if he leaves after the season, and if he stays, I'd be mad at him, honestly, because we suck ass. We do not deserve him. Maybe a brawl would wake this team up, but then again, what did it do last year? It woke up the Mariners. I'll be there around 2 to 2:30 with Pico. Okay, be there. Angels would probably lose against the Salt Lake Bees. Let's see. Randy is the box score. If you ever see him pop up here on the box score, that's him. So that's Randy. What other food will you have at the tailgate? Edibles? You'd have to bring those yourself, Grillmaster. Joey says, why does Rendon keep avoiding rehab assignments? Last time he came off, he looked so bad, and he looked even worse. Because I don't know, man. I've really, Joey, stopped wanting to figure him out. He's if you ever listen to any of his what is it called, his interviews, he says he's never followed baseball. He's not a fan of baseball, but he plays baseball. He loves to play baseball but not watch it. He doesn't follow it. As soon as the season's over, he goes on to do Rendon things in Texas. He says he doesn't like his family to be made or himself to be made fun of because his family gets it and gets irritated or gets sad or gets mad. Well, then play better. You're making $38 million. You know what you signed up for. This is part of it. If I were to get a contract tomorrow, I'd have to know that I'm going to get ridiculed. For every 100 people that would root for me if I'm doing good, there's 100 more that are going to hate on me just because I'm good. And if I'm really bad, like Rendon, 90% of the people are going to hate on me, especially for the money I'm making. You have to know that. But he doesn't know that because he's an idiot. These are the kind of guys that Billy Epler and Artie Moreno will hire. That's why I trust Perry much more. I mean, I am mad at for a couple things that Perry's done, but for the personnel he's brought in has been much better than what Epler was doing. Epler was just signing guys to sign guys. They didn't do no background checks. They didn't look into him and several other players to see what kind of guys they were. Just sign him. Fuck it. He's the next best guy. It doesn't make any sense. That's why the Mets are where they're at too. Just sign him. Who cares? Blank check. Epler sucks. Roberto says, Todd, I think you're at your best when the hat is off and your crazy hair, yelling at these Angels players to play better. Those are classics. I'm saving them. Well, in the last few days, I haven't yelled a lot because it's been more along the lines of uninspired baseball. If we're blowing things or the umpires getting us or Nevin's egregious calls or whatever. But it's just been a shit show to where I can't really yell because it's just laughable because it's pathetic. It's pathetic baseball. It's uninspiring. So why am I going to give my best performance doing what I do, which is the best I can do out of anything? And why am I going to give my best impersonation or whatever if the team's not giving me anything to focus on? The team's just been terrible. They're playing uninspired. Just got done with the cilantro. It took forever. The chair's chopping up your cilantro for tomorrow. Darth says if we don't make the playoffs this year with the season Ohtani's having, it would be a tragedy for baseball. And it would be. It would be just like those seasons when the Cardinals had Mark McGwire trying to break the record, and you had freaking Sammy Sosa, and neither team made the postseason. Let's see. Maybe the Kabuto is a problem. Sebastian says won't be there until 3:30, 4 o'clock ish tomorrow. Still good enough time for the tailgate. Yes, you'll be fine, Sebastian. As long as you get to us by 5:30, I think you'll be good. Because 5:30, I think we're going to start heading for the entrance because I think it's a 7 o'clock start. I think. I might be wrong on that one. 6:38. Well put, Todd. Balls, and hair too. Jeez. I got to find the thing again. Right here. Right here. Stamos.
Tonight, it's time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
We need angry Todd. Anna says, what are the odds? Rendon. Hold on. Whoa. How come I can't change that up? Hold on. Not phone calls just yet. Almost there. Let's see. Anna says, what are the odds Rendon hits a double play tomorrow? Very good. Because he shouldn't be in the lineup, but he'll be there. Who signed Rendon, Artie or was it Epler? I truly don't know. Artie signed Pujols and Hamilton and Wilson. I believe not the GM. Well, I think Artie told him who to sign. Man, I feel old. CJ Wilson is a name I haven't heard in years. Joey says, hypothetical question. If July doesn't go right now for us and we need to sell, if you could get rid of Rendon's full salary in an Ohtani trade, would you do it? Yes. But there's no way any team's dumb enough to do that. I think we'd have to pay more than half of it for anyone to take Rendon off our hands. And even then, that's a loss. If we lose Ohtani, we lose a lot of fans. No shit, dude. We lose about 60% of the people that come to the stadium. Todd Fox, when are the Angels going to fire Phil Nevin? If they fall completely out of it. And then that's I think that's what's going to happen. I heard the gates open at 5 tomorrow. That'd be good. First pitch is 7:07. Johnny B. Good says, I meant I'll buy you some beers at Noble Brewing. All right, I'll be there, Johnny. Angels suck, Alex says, working on the limes now. Righty pitching, hopefully Moniak in the lineup tomorrow. I guarantee you Moniak will be in the lineup tomorrow. I can't tell you about Ward because they'll find a way to sneak him in. They'll be like, hey, he's not leading off, but he's batting 7th. All right, now, guys, if you want to call in, 714-598-3221. Why do the Angels keep struggling with mediocre pitchers? I don't get it. Are the Angels that bad? No, they just don't do their homework. They don't have film rooms like other teams in major leagues. There are film rooms that players actually sit down and watch film and break down what they can do against these pitchers or what the pitchers have that maybe they could see a little tendency where they tip pitches. We don't have that. It's the Halo Honk line.
What the fuck is going on with this team? You see this right here, people? This is a bat. And usually you take a bat and you make it contact with the ball. And you usually can make contact with set ball and put it in play. And maybe if you don't, rely on the launch angle, you can maybe get a conventional fucking hit.
It looks true today.
Damn right it is, right? Truer words haven't been spoken in a while, at least in the Angels' dugout.
You hear me, bro?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So, what's going on with this team, man? We lost 3 in a row. They were all winnable games. Griffin Canny should have not walked 3 in a row. He could just get a walk or something. Not a walk, but an out. Why is everyone in the Angels trying to strike people out, man? Some people aren't strikeout pitchers, and that's okay. but like this team is always trying to strike people up. That's why everything's like going like on a certain pitch on a 0-2 count or 1-2 or 2-2 count. Everything's like way outside the zone because they're trying to get a chase or something.
Yeah, I mean they don't really have any kind of discipline or any structure or any. There's one thing I've noticed with the Angels: they really don't have a mission in a game. Like your mission or your objective in every game should change depending on the pitcher, whether he's and the umpire. To be honest with you, you have to do your scouting report and know that, okay, this umpire likes to call a lot of strikes. So we're going to be given a wide strike zone. So you're going to have to try, if you see a pitch on the outside corner, don't stand there and take it. Try to go the other way. What you're seeing with guys like Mike Trout is it's easy to see. Well, they'll get him in a count where he can't, it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. And what do? They pitch him outside. And what is he doing? Fouling him off because he's pulling the ball. He's not going with what they're pitching. And the Angels don't do that. Angels, I mean, other than a few guys like Theis, you've seen it with Neto, other guys that are smart that are coming up, Moniak, they're all the youngsters. It's like if they pitch him outside, they go the other way. And Ohtani's the only veteran who is taking what the teams are giving him and putting it in the opposite field stands, or he's going the opposite way, or he's pulling it when they give it to him inside. A lot of these hitters are just up there with no ambition, no real strategy, and it's lackluster, uninspiring baseball.
Yeah, it's pissing me off, man. You can't play like this, man. And I would be happy if it was 2021, if he crushed a 493 feet homer. Yeah, sure, I'll be happy like 2 years ago. But this year, I'm not too happy because we didn't win. No one was on base. And why the fuck is Ward still leading off, man? He's terrible at leading off. Like, actually, if he hits 6 or 7 in the lineup, he's actually batting 300. That's I saw that.
Yeah, he's got better numbers down in the lineup. I don't understand it either because again, a traditional leadoff hitter usually is pretty speedy and usually can lay down a bunt when asked to. He's never asked to lay down a bunt because he sucks, and then he doesn't have any speed. He's thrown out in double plays a lot. I mean, Trout and Ohtani run way faster than he does.
Yeah, Moniak is really fast. He's like in the top 10% in MLB within sprint speed, and he actually. And why did you pull Moniak out yesterday? He literally hit a leadoff home run. Like why? Like it makes no sense. Philosophy.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense either. I don't understand the lineups are just dumb because Rendon should not be anywhere close to cleanup. I don't understand that. And normally if Renfroe's hitting, you'd have him there. Or if you're not benching Drury, you'd have him there. But there's not really any other guy you'd put there at this moment. And it's so annoying, dude, because again, this lineup looks a lot different than what it should have been in the month of April. It's changed a lot due to injury and just poor performances.
Yeah, it's just disappointing. And the Angels, man, they need to start winning because I'm starting to see a lot more trade articles and John Heyman saying, "Oh, where is Ohtani gonna go?" I was like, "Shut the fuck up! The season isn't even over yet, dumbass."
Yeah, they want him out of here so bad. I guarantee you, like you said before, you came on here and said if the Angels won 5 in a row, it'd be crickets, and it's true. But when they lose games like this, and it looks even worse when Ohtani's hitting a home run yesterday, that if Webb doesn't give up those 2 runs in the 9th inning, Ohtani's tying the game up. Instead, his 2-run homers for nothing. And then tonight, it's like Apple TV nationwide game, 5-0 already. So it's kind of boring, and Randazzo and Willis are talking stories. And then Ohtani goes deep, and for 4 innings, they're just marveling over Ohtani, but forgetting the fact that, they're still down 4 runs. That solo blast really didn't do shit.
Yeah, because the leadoff hitter isn't pretty good, and it's just bad. And Otani, they need to stop focusing on Otani, and maybe let's talk about how bad the ownership is. Maybe let's talk about how Ari needs to get the fuck out of baseball. Maybe how Ari needs to sell in order to any chance for the Angels to re-sign Otani. Maybe talk about Ari the devil, man, instead of Otani hit a 500 feet home run as the Angels lose 2-0.
Yep.
Yeah, this is disastrous, man. We need a winning streak here. We need a winning streak.
Yeah,
there's no leadership.
There is none, and I really wish we had a manager to come in here and kick ass. You know, like just take this shit over. But I mean, we do in a way, Benji Gill, but I don't know if they're willing to pull that trigger yet, man.
They should. If they want to keep Otani, I think they should. Like, I'm not giving any second chances this year, bro. This is like the year I'm not gonna play any second chances if I was hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, and I think I saw your Instagram post if Otani should play on the home run derby. My answer is no. You know what happened in 2021? He ruined his swing.
Yeah.
It cost him his power. His offensive season in 2022 could have been better because he was trying to find his swing again. He finally found it now. I don't want him ruining it again. I think it's pretty dumb, and he needs his energy.
I agree. It's some guys like Vlad Guerrero Jr. It actually helps them, but it would not help Otani. I think it would do the opposite. Someone said the other night on the here, maybe Trout should do it. It would help his swing. So I would rather see Trout in there right now, to be honest.
Yeah, Trout. Yeah. It's just But man, let's go Angels, man. It's not over yet.
Yeah, it's not over, but we'll go ahead.
We need something done. Like maybe we need two more starters. Man.
Yeah, we definitely need a spark on this team. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. All right, man. Go Angels, super. Though.
You got it.
Still have a chance.
Go Angels.
Yeah.
It's the Halo Honk line.
Hey, Todd, what's up?
What's going on, my man?
Nothing, just sunburnt right now.
Oh, hot, huh?
Yep. What the fuck? What the fuck? This is a team we could have beaten. Because how many years has Diamondbacks been a bad team?
Yeah, I mean they're different this year. They've added a few veterans and stuff like that. They're a much better team in a sense, and they're probably peaking a year or two earlier than they were projected to. But again, you didn't have Carroll in the lineup tonight. I know they've gotten a shot in the arm with Gary L. They have mediocre to above mediocre pitching. I wouldn't say they've got elite pitching, but their bullpen is legit. And the thing is, look, Arizona's nothing to write your mom about as far as or write an article about. They're not a scary team, but what they are is consistent. Like they score runs on a consistent basis. They play the game right. They do the right things. And they've got a coach that's been in place for 7 years, Torey Lovello, a one-time Angel ball player as well. And he kind of knows what he's doing over there. And for the first time in a long time, the Diamondbacks are putting something together. And good for them. You know, they're a first-place team. But I just feel that against Chicago, we should have rolled them a little bit better, should have played them a lot better. And we were lucky to get the 2 wins we got against them. And then against Arizona tonight, I mean, again, you got punched in the chin. You just hit the mat like a boxer with a weak chin. You never got up.
Yeah. What were your thoughts on Fletcher's brother tonight with the Diamondbacks?
Oh, I thought it was a nice thing. I mean, that he got his first hit and he got to play against his brother. And it was emotional about his dad dying or their dad dying a couple weeks ago. But, there was not much going on in the game that they had to talk that up a lot more than I would have wanted to hear. But, kudos to him for making his major league debut. But unfortunately, it comes against us, of course, because most rookies tear us apart.
Yeah, he should come to Anaheim.
I mean, I don't know. I have to see a bigger sample size of how good he is or not, but I would like to. I will tell you one thing though. I hope the Angels do draft. What's his name? Ben Joyce's brother. Ben Joyce's brother can pitch 100 miles per hour too. So if there's a brother combo I'd like on the Angels, it's Joyce's brother as well.
Yeah, and but also if we get him, that would be a nice break for Ward in that field to give him a. But I would like to see Ward in the home run derby. It may help his swing as well, because Ward's swing is he is the guy that needs the most work with his swing. Maybe the derby may fix that.
Yeah. I mean, look, if he gets anywhere close to where he was last year, it would be a shot in the arm for the Angels. It's just he hasn't been there. I mean, last year I think he hit 24 home runs or 25, and he had 71 RBIs. Yeah, those are decent numbers. Those are numbers that freaking Renfroe hits on a consistent basis. But that was the whole key. We thought we were going to have 4 or 5 guys that
could be the big power hitters.
Yeah, we thought Walsh was going to do something. We thought Rendon.
Rendon, Trout, Ohtani, Walsh, and Ward. Those are going to be our power hitters, and ultimately, our only power hitter really is Ohtani, and you could argue Renfroe.
Yeah, between him and Trout right now, that's it. I mean, and Trout's getting a little bit hotter now, to where I think he's going to start dialing in some more home runs. But it's just a shame, man, because, I mean, look, the season's not over. It obviously starts tonight, quote Roger. But it's just we thought they were going to be in a better spot, man. I really thought this offense, the hitting would be a lot better than last year. And they're slightly above that from last year, which is sad.
Yeah, it's just the hitting was the only adjustment we needed last year, and why Phil scrapped our entire bullpen and everything we had from last year that was good, our entire pitching from last year, I don't know. Or it might have been our fearless leader, Art Renfroe, might be fucked over our entire thing, our entire pitching, and who knows? But our pitching was the only thing that was good last year, and I don't even know how long.
Yeah, it was a long time before. I mean, they had ERAs that low last year, and a lot of those guys are gone. It's a revamped bullpen, which is fine, but they got to find themselves hitting because otherwise.
The only two guys that return with high ERAs from last year is old Loop, who goes loopy every time he goes in, and Suarez.
Yeah,
you need to stop honking your horn about.
I gave up on that guy a long time ago. They just put him on the 60-day IL, so I'm pretty sure he's done for the year.
But I know the only reason he's here.
Why?
Ohtani. He's one of Ohtani's best friends.
No, that could be.
Because every time Ohtani's goofing around in the dugout, it's with Suarez.
Oh, okay. Well, he hasn't had a chance to do that in a while. But all right, man. Well, I'll probably see you tomorrow.
Hey, how's that jersey coming? The Ward one.
The guy's still trying to see if he can make the Ward stuff because he has the what do you call it? The Angels haven't licensed certain players out. So. Yeah, that's why I'm still waiting on the Neto one to get released. So.
Yeah, I can wait for Neto to come back.
I might have to just do a custom on that one. So we'll have to see. I wanted to get an official one, but
I can't wait for Neto to come back on the roster.
Yep, me too.
That and Fletcher. The good thing about Fletcher is he can also play second base. So say we don't want to play Drury and get Drury some work, and Escobar needs the work. We can put Fletch out there, and Fletch can make good at that. Is good because I think when we had Kinsler for that short period of time, Fletcher also played second or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, Escobar needs to get more at bats, so he needs to fit in with his team. I think he can, but I don't know. He was kind of struggling with the Mets, didn't have a spot there, and I think it's kind of the same thing. He might be an odd man out too. I think right now him and Moustakas are on freaking. Just show me what you got kind of time right now while we have injuries because I don't know if these guys are going to make it through the rest of the season with us, to be honest.
Why we go for P. Alonso, who is a great power hitter, would be a great addition over Escobar.
Because the Mets are gonna overspend on him in the offseason. Because his arbitration contract is finally coming up here, and so they're gonna lock him in long term. He ain't going nowhere. So
right.
Yeah, it's a wish, but it ain't gonna happen though. Hate to burst your bubble.
Yeah. Us wishing for Judge ain't gonna happen.
Yep. Yeah, I don't want that guy anyway, but
ain't gonna happen.
All right, man. Well, you're gonna be there at the game tomorrow, right?
Oh, he has the tickets up for sale.
You're what?
The big guy put the tickets up for sale.
Oh, okay. You guys got something to do tomorrow?
He's going to see Alabama in concert.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. That's the Alabama concert. Okay. Well, we'll catch you on the next one, man. Probably on the next homestand.
Sunday, I might be there.
You got it, bro. Have a good one, man.
See ya.
Later. All right, that's Landon right there. Let me get back into some of these comments here. Some of them stacked up here. Let's see. Do you think Artie didn't sell because he was confident that they would make the postseason this year? Yes. I thought that he bit into what Perry was buying, and I really think that he decided that, I got unfinished business. His ego kicked in, and he wanted to keep the team. And I think that's why we're in the spot we're in right now. Johnny B. Good says you have to stand at the Bally's post game show and with a sign in a clown suit. I'd like to do that. Believe me. Drop and give us 30 if you suck in the game. Grillmaster wants to manage that way. Didn't Ward say before the season he wanted to make the All-Star team or MVP or some bullshit? How's that working out? Dan Rios says, yeah, he's been ass. Game was over after that grand slam. Aha. Alex said, yeah, it was over because these guys, again, are weak. Was Angel Central says, give me Jack Mayfield over Rendon. Shaq is also in the Mexican League. Roberto says, Todd, what would be your ideal lineup for upcoming games? I hope you would tell Nevin to do the same. The lineup I would go is Moniak. Let's see, at 2. I would actually go Moniak, Drury at 2, Ohtani at 3, Trout at 4. And then I would have to go Renfroe tentatively at 5. 6 would be Rendon. 7 would be Theis. And I think I would go I'd have to go 8. I'd have to go 8 Fletcher. No, I want Fletcher 9. I didn't put in the other position right there. I'm blanking on that, but that would probably be my ideal lineup till some of these guys come off the freaking injured list, or we can get guys in here that can actually hit. Because I don't trust Renifo and guys like that have been just 200. And good thing Squid's been booted off the team because Grillmaster brings that up. A lot of Alex did too. That's what I'm glad that piece of Squid is gone. Let's see. Wowie mocks the soundboard. Ward is convinced is a converted catcher with a below average OB on base percentage. He has no business leading off. Heck, he has no business in the lineup. He's a 4th outfielder. I agree, Little Wayne. Ryan says, I've watched some interviews with Neto and Moniak. They said Ohtani is giving them hitting advice. I think that's one of the reasons they are hitting as well as Ohtani. Exactly, Ryan, and that should be the job of our hitting coach. But they don't do that. If Ohtani's giving out the any kind of knowledge, I think you should be sitting there Indian style like you would in kindergarten, listening to him and soaking it all in, which they are doing, which is great. Arizona is in first place, James. Also, Alex Bro says there's nothing wrong with them talking about Ohtani. He's the only one giving them anything to talk about. The rest of the Angels are terrible and haven't played like they deserve to be talked about. It's the Halo Honk line.
Who the fuck is Matt Wise?
He's our pitching coach.
I think he's an ass bag, bro. Like, damn. I think every time I watch these Angels games, I feel like when he goes to the mound, talks to Canning, he's like, "Hey man, you know what? Just give him a grand slam, bro, and we'll come back in and we'll can on Ohtani and Trout, and we'll get back in the game." It's like, dude, like the pitch selection in that bat was retarded. Like, dude, like you threw like if I'm the D-backs, right? Like I'm on the index circle. This guy's throwing nothing but sliders, speed pitches. You know, I'm at the plate. That's all I'm looking at. Like, dude, if I'm not gonna hit his fastball, I'm just gonna sit on his slider. And then, like, you know, the at bat he had with Uriel, he legit threw a cookied slider down the plate. And I'm like, bro, like, why not throw a fastball, dude? I would have been more comfortable for him to walk in a run, you know, start fresh with the next guy, ground out, strike him out, or even a fly out. We're out of the inning, 2-0, and then we're still in this game. Because that grand slam really fucked us up and just set the tone throughout the whole game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the stadium, exactly, the buzz, anything you had was totally gone. You're only going to get it back is if you get a rally together, and the Angels didn't put anything together against them. Again, they made the pitcher look like Andy Pettitte out there. And
oh, yeah.
So I mean, like, that's the problem with these pitchers that we have. We are, as a lineup, putting a lot of pressure on the pitchers to be perfect out there. And when they're not, like Sandy the other night, when Canning didn't finish off that inning like he should have, it looks a lot worse because the offense isn't doing shit.
No, yeah, totally. It's you know, you really hit the nose right on the head, and that's the thing, you know, like these guys. I think one guy mentioned it. One of the calls, these guys are swinging at a lot of ball four pitches. Like, you know, it's like balls out and, you know, outside and dirt. It's like, dude, like you gotta get men on to win games. Like today, I was watching the Cincinnati game against the Padres, dude. Like, I admire what Cincinnati is doing. Like, they are doing all the small things right. They're playing the counts. They're getting on base. They're moving guys over. And that game today was insane. It went to, like, I think the 11th inning. Cincinnati won on a walk-off, but they were down at least 3 times in that game, and they still fought. Like, that's what the Angels need to do. Like, they're down 5 runs, just chip away, dude. Like, if you could get 2 runs, you know, in the 3rd inning, you're down by 3. Just keep it going, you know. And, like, it's just it's sad to see, like, this team, they just look at home runs, and it's like the long ball is not going to save your life every game.
Yeah, I mean, I almost wish they had a celebration for just getting a double and driving in a run, or sacrifice fly and scoring a run, doing something, because to me it's cool to have that helmet and everything, but again, if it's just Captain Solo every night, you might as well just pull out a freaking lightsaber, you know, and pretend to be Han Solo or something, because solo home runs don't do nothing for you in the end. And I'd much rather be dancing around on the bases with several base runners, or stealing bases, doing the double steal. I mean, that double steal the other day was exciting. Yeah. I was at that game. It was great. It was amazing. Yeah, and that automatically scores you runs. And you put, I mean, again, you have the other night though, you have 1st and 2nd, nobody out. You're down 2 runs. Why not go the other way? In a different way, bunt the ball, keep him off, you know, or do a double steal if you think, oh, the guy's a power hitter, he can't bunt. Well, okay, well then steal, because these catchers are more scared this year than I've ever seen. I've watched so many games to where these catchers don't want to make the throw to 3rd or to 2nd on a steal because they're afraid to overthrow the infielder and give another base. So a lot of times they just hold the ball. So you have a good chance of stealing the base anyway. The pitcher's not even looking at you.
Right, yeah. And that's the thing, you know, like this team doesn't believe in bunting and like playing the fundamentals of the game. And that's what makes baseball so exciting. Like, I mean, I could take a game where the Angels could play, where they could bunt guys over, they could steal from home. I could take games like that any day of the week than just, you know, solo shots, 2-run home runs. Even though those are nice to see, yeah, they're great. But, like, you know, this coaching staff, like, if they really, really want to compete with, like, teams like Cincinnati, you know, the Rangers, you know, the Braves, like, you know, it's gonna be tough, man. Like, you know, I just don't understand their logic as a coaching staff. It's sad, man. And you know, not and like you mentioned a few minutes ago with the lineup. Like Ward, he is not a leadoff hitter, man. Like, yeah, he had a great season last season and stuff, but like he has not figured it out, man. Like you know, and honestly, dude, I don't think Nevin is gonna ever change that. He's just gonna plug him in every other game and hoping for the best, like how he does with Rengifo and guys like that. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think he's one of these guys that's just going to go down with the ship. He's going to ride him until they can't ride him no more. He's got his boys, and that's it. And it sucks because you got to learn to change. Never, I mean, it's very, very rare. All my years of watching baseball that you start off with an opening day lineup, and that's your opening day lineup come September at the very final game of the season. It's never that way. You have to make adjustments. There's trades. There's movement. There's injuries. And there's hot streaks, there's cold streaks, and you got to put aside the name on the back and play for the name on the front. And this team does not do that. And again, going back to the point of stealing bases, a lot of these pitchers aren't watching runners because they're worried about the pitch time clock. And so a lot of times they're not even looking back at. And so many times I've been like, steal, go, 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 and they're just stand there.
Yeah. Like after the second pickoff attempt, just go. Like if you could take it,
you could walk. They forcibly have to throw the ball home. You could walk the second, and they just don't do it. It's maddening, dude.
Yeah.
Every other team in the league, and then two, I look at the standings, and we're only if you think about it, all the games we've given away, we should be in first place. Texas is coming back down to earth, and you watch. It's only a matter of time. If the Angels don't do anything, Houston will lap the Rangers, and if we don't do anything, we're going to stay behind them when we should lap them as well.
Right. No, yeah, totally. And like those games that we lost, like Kansas City, you know, this past series with the White Sox, I was livid. I was livid yesterday watching Sandoval take a shit on that mound. Yep. You know, but yeah, you're right though. You know, these are the games that we have to win, and like right now we're just 2 more series ahead before the All-Star break. You know, they just got to end up. They have to end the first half taking two out of the 3 series or all of them. You know, to finish the first half, on a good note. And I really do hope this team is like maybe 2 starters away from being a good starting rotation. Because with the Dell going back and forth with this stance with Salt Lake and up here at the Big A, I kind of have a feeling there's going to be a trade dealt. I mean, I think something might happen with the Dell, but at this point, I'm cool with like them pulling off a package with with throwing in Ward or Sandoval in the mix, see what we can get. But I mean, yeah, if they really need to compete in the second half, they got to get some starting pitching and perhaps another on the bullpen.
I totally agree. The only thing is I'm going to watch every player that's traded from this team, from this roster, especially the Major League roster. I'm not so much AAA or AA, but let's just say Sandoval goes somewhere. Let's just say Ward goes somewhere, and especially Adele. If those guys instantly start flourishing on, just like Brendan Marsh did last year, Perry needs the memo from me saying fire fucking Nevin now and everyone on that coaching staff, because it's obvious that you could take,
without a question.
Yeah, if you can take Taylor Ward and make him into the hitter he was supposed to be this year and turn him back into the good things he was doing last year, then it's automatically the coaching fault. Then I don't want to see any of these guys. Not for the rest of the season or next season.
Yeah, absolutely. And as far as pitching goes, I'd be cool with somebody like Lackey, like some Cy Young award type, pitcher, as a coach, and same thing with hitting, if we had in my, theoretically opinion, Vladimir Guerrero, someone that's done something in Angels uniform that could reciprocate the same, philosophy he had with next season, you're right. They just need better coaching because, just this coaching shit that they're doing, it's winning, they're winning games. Yeah. But you're not going to win every game. I would rather want you guys to have them win every series. That's what's going to help this team go further throughout the season.
Yep, I agree. Good call, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. But, hey, good luck at the tailgate tomorrow. I wish I could be there, but just now I'll be watching you guys.
Well, appreciate it. And then next time we'll have you there because we should have one again in September. So that'll be cool. But just look for the black shirts in right field. You'll see. We'll be on TV.
Yeah, I dig the black shirt stuff. That's fucking awesome.
Awesome. Appreciate it, man.
All right, see you, buddy.
See ya. All right, there we go. There's a phone call there. Let's see. Todd, maybe you should sit by the Diamondbacks dugout tomorrow and scare them with your hair. I think that's the only chance of us winning. Just kidding, my friend. Well, I think I'm going to wear the clown outfit. It's the Halo Honk line.
Hey, Todd.
What's going on, man?
I'm so wasted. A party tonight, and
No way.
I know that, dude. And I was having a band party, and there was a lot of hotties there, but I didn't try to make a move because I was like, I'm going to wait till the 4th of July.
Okay. You're going to wait for the 4th of July.
And then at the beach today, I was wrapping up my beach day, and I saw 3 of my friends who are girls. I was like, oh, I'm going to go say hi to them. And then I sat down, and I was talking and, like, kept talking. And then we all went in the water. And then after the water, I was like, hey, can I put my arm around you? She's like, yeah. And then I put my arm around her, and we cuddled all afternoon until we left. And then I was like, are you going to be drinking Shirley Temples with me on the 4th? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe we can tell everyone we might date on the 4th. And I'm like, yeah. And I was super excited.
Nice. So Big Hammer's getting some play, huh?
Yeah, maybe on the 4th, but we'll see. We'll see what she's doing that day, because I don't know when she's going to be down or what time, and I'll have to talk to her about it on Monday if I see her at the beach. But yeah, I might just plan on 4th of July.
Just make sure you keep watching the fireworks outside of your pants, not in your pants. You don't want fireworks there.
Oh, but what if I get both?
Well then both Big Hammer and Little Hammer will be doing really good that night.
And that will be 4th of July. Oh yeah.
Okay.
It will be a fireworks show all night long until the morning.
There you go. More like 3 seconds, but we'll go with that. All right, man.
Yes, sir. But it sucks we lost tonight, but I'm super excited for the tailgate tomorrow. I'll be coming there at like 3:30 because my mom has to work in the morning.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see you then. Like I said, it's gonna be going to like 5:30 at least. So.
Yeah, I'll be showing up 1 hour after it starts, but when I get there, it's party time. Oh yeah.
All right, you got it, my man. We'll see you tomorrow.
But it sucks we lost tonight, and hey, at least one of us won. I got some action at the beach today. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got it, man.
I'll see you at the tailgate tomorrow night, and
right,
we'll go into batting practice maybe, and yeah, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Later. Go Angels. Woo.
Jeez, Big 20. Imagine when he gets actually some action, how the phone call will go. I can't imagine, actually. Roberto said, thanks, Todd, for always talking the truth. You echo my exact frustrations. Awesome. Thank you, sir. Farty Moreno is of Mexican descent and is on record for saying he's not favorable to helping Mexicans just because Artie not promoting Gil could be to Artie not going to be told what to do. True, R. Martinez, he's not in touch with the community as well. He should be really, he has a huge Hispanic, fan base in the SoCal area, Riverside area, San Bernardino. Doesn't take advantage of that at all. Doesn't help those people out or promote the Angels, give free tickets to kids and families and stuff like that. That's what I would be doing. And but no, doesn't do that. Why do that? I still think, in my opinion, to keep show, $300 million plus 10% share of the Angels, the Japanese investors and advertisers and future players would be immense. That would be smart, Dan. But again, you're thinking smart. You're not thinking the way Artie does. And Drizzle says a couple of games above 500 is not a great place to be at the break. Hard to tell if this team will be buying or selling. Yeah, it slips away when you get into a losing streak. Ward can't keep being the leadoff guy. Exactly. Alex Bro says that Dan Rios, I don't think they're allowed to give players part ownership of a team anymore. It was made illegal some time ago, so I think it would be at least a $600 million. Well, if you're able to give him something after his career, maybe. I don't know. Eric says, what's the number? It's 714-598-3221. Balls, and change-ups down the middle.
Tonight, it's time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and
change-ups down the middle. Aaron Martinez says, Angels started the month with 3 losses in a row and finished the same way. I didn't even realize it. That's pathetic. So was the sun really in Canning's eyes today, Aaron Martinez. Dan Real says, Han Solo was a Jedi. He wouldn't have a lightsaber. Come on, know your Star Wars. Wait, wasn't Han Solo on the Enterprise? That should piss him off. Silent East says, there's a lot of fan talk here in Japan that Ohtani should leave. I do feel bad for the guy being being the unicorn and getting nowhere, but he isn't the only person on this team that feels the pain. You know what? If they're seeing that in Japan, someone send a memo to Artie, because, again, Japanese fans know their baseball, and they could tell this guy's not playing on a winner. Coco says, do you keep Ohtani without any support? Please do something to protect Ohtani, because it's easy to make him an ATM, walking ATM. I don't know if there's a way to keep him right now at this point. The team hasn't given you any kind of future with the outside of the players he's seen coming up, but Artie Moreno's still the owner. And if he's any smart and he's done his homework, which I know he has, he's like, I have a shit owner. The Angels' inner working and organizational cogs are totally out of whack, broken. I agree. Eric says, evening all. Hammer talking his sex life tonight. Alex Bro says, he basically is though he's been carrying the load. R. Martinez says, when do the Angels and the Angels fan apologetics, me included, stop putting positive spins on the season? I think it's really going to hurt when Ohtani leaves, and I think everyone's going to feel the pain. And when he does leave, the only way you could stick it to Artie is not show up. That's the only time. The number is 714-598-3221. I'll put it in the chat right here. But yeah, that's basically all you can do right now at this point, because I don't want to do it because I'm a lifelong Angel fan and I don't like seeing the team the way it is, but we're just not getting any consistent play. The coaching's terrible, the ownership's terrible, and it shows. Again, a roster that should have about at least 50 wins, and it doesn't seem like a lot. We're only 6 under, but it's the way that they're playing. It's the way that they're playing that we're only 4 games over 500. Losing to teams we shouldn't. Having a good lineup. It's pathetic. It's the Halo Honk line.
Hey, Todd, the season starts tonight.
The season always starts tonight. Or tomorrow.
Hey, seriously, man, I've kind of been thinking about this lately when, we're all sitting there talking about, why do the Angels make this fucking insane move, or why do the Angels do this fucking stupid move? I really think at the end of the day, it comes down to the organization from the top all the way down. Artie Moreno is a horrible owner. If you look at all the shit with the whole fentanyl scandal with Tyler Skaggs, with our own trainers supplying our players with fentanyl, if you look at the whole fucking shit with the minor league players being treated like shit, not being given proper food. I mean, if you just look at, the whole deal with the city and the way that shit fell through. Dude, this dude's just a scumbag, man. And, he's obviously a smart guy because, he's very rich. But, he's just a disconnected owner. And he hires people that I think for the most part are just a bunch of cronies. And then they hire their people, and it just all trickles down, and it's just everybody bitches about Madden sucks or Nevin sucks. Are they really the problem, or are they more of a symptom of the problem? And until Artie goes, man, nothing's going to change. And that's just how I feel.
Well, that's a good opinion because I can see it being the way that you're speaking it, because I've always felt with Artie Moreno that the league was counting their lucky stars and were like, oh my God, we have a minority owner. This is what other leagues want. This is what we want. We want inclusive, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I think if he was any other type of human being that was upstanding, I think MLB would be doing cartwheels like they were in the beginning. They thought he was legit. And now over the years, I think what made them so happy to have him in their group of good old boys was now it's like, oh man, we're going to look bad if we get rid of one of the only minority owners in all of baseball. Like, they want to keep this guy, and that's probably why Manfred was like, hey, we're going to help the Angels complete this sale before the season, or try to get it done before the midway point of 2023. But soon as Artie changed his mind, he's like, oh, we're happy to keep him. We want him, because they saw that, they could be politically, chastised if they got rid of one of the only minority owners. But the thing is, he's never lived up to the billing. Like everything you said, the shady business workings with the city of Anaheim, the fentanyl stuff, and all the lawsuits and just the bad signings, and he's never really given back to the. I think he's taken more from the community than he's ever given back, and I think that's one of the things that a lot of fans are beginning to see that maybe they weren't paying attention to at one point.
And it's just frustrating, when you see this shit year after year, and if you've been around long enough, you start to become apathetic, and that's where I think Trout's at now. I don't think Trout gives a fuck anymore. I think he likes to play, he likes the money, he likes where he's at. Show up to work, get your fucking paycheck. Oh, we lost again. Oh, well, I'm going to go back to my fucking mansion and count my fucking millions of dollars and play with my fucking kid. And I just think that's where Trout's at. And anybody that's been here long enough, or anyone that's gotten a big payday like Rendon, that guy's a piece of shit, dude. He doesn't give a fuck. You can look at that guy and tell he does not give a fuck if they win or if they lose. It's a fucking paycheck. He's already got a fucking championship. He's fucking rich. He's gonna get every single cent of that contract that he signed, whether he plays or not. And, and I think that just trickles down through the dugout. And, like you were mentioning earlier, I really think if this team has any really legitimate shot to make even an outside chance at a run this year, is we got to go with the youth movement. And these besides Trout, obviously you're not going to take Trout out of the lineup, but a lot of other guys, man, they need to be fucking sent packing. And I know they don't want to eat that fucking Rendon contract, but honestly, dude, that guy's fucking useless.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to
absolutely useless.
He's not going to play 80 games this year. I mean, he's at 38 already. So again, that's another season of. I mean, again, he's barely put over 162 games. I think he's at 190 some odd games for his Angel career, and that's out of what, 4 seasons already. So yeah,
and if you watch enough baseball, and I watch a lot of different baseball, and I zero in on the broadcast teams. And even though every team is a homer, of course, but I listen to the way they talk about players. And for some reason, man, all the Angels fucking team, they make excuses, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's the same fucking song and dance every year. I'm not saying they have to come out and lambast their own, because they're not going to do that. But it's just like, man, it's like this. It's like everybody wants to pass the buck. Oh, I think the sun was in his eyes. I don't fucking care, dude. You're a professional fucking pitcher. Oh, Sandoval, he's getting upset with himself. Fuck you, dude. If you can't compose yourself, get the fuck off the mound, get your fucking ass in the dugout, and go fucking cry. There's no crying in baseball, dude. If you can't conduct yourself like a professional, you shouldn't fucking be out there pitching. It's just fucking it, man. And the Angels they compound these problems by, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over again and expecting different results. And it's like, it just staggers me, man, how if you watch inept organizations, how they're run. You look at any bad organization, any professional sport, they're run like shit from the top all the fucking way down, man.
Yep.
And that's where the Angels are at. I like Perry. I think he's done a pretty good job, but I just don't think that I don't think they have the organizational support to really make a really big impact on the game. I just think they're going to fuck around. They have no real motivation. I see a lot of. If you look at the dugout, man, does anybody look motivated? No,
not
It
really.
looks they don't give a fuck. Besides the young guys.
Yeah, that's true.
And like, look at the whole thing with Ward. Do you really think Nevin is that fucking stupid that he would plug him in every time a lefty pitches? He cannot be that fucking stupid.
I don't know.
It's got to be the analytic fucking part. Like, why don't they play squid every day? It's just like, it's a dysfunctional fucking mess, man.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to go in there and finally get the real answers. Because I never really paid attention to analytics and how it was taking over the game until we saw that game with the movie with Billy Bean and
Moneyball.
Moneyball. And I'm like, wow, they really do have, because I know you have scouts and everything to help you out, but I was like, man, it really put nerds in charge. And nothing against nerds. I mean, they know their stuff and everything, but then they get too much into it. They take the human element out of it, and they go all by numbers. And I think that I think that I would love to see how much and how much this organization freaking relies on that. And if it is a non-Nevin call, if it is a non-Nevin Perry or a Perry call, it's those guys making the calls. It's like, I want to know. These are the questions that should be asked. You know what I mean?
Look at the last three managers. Okay, Brad Ausmus, not a great manager, but he wasn't fucking stupid. Mm-hmm. Look at Joe Madden. Yeah, he was hokey and shit. Like, make fun of being stoner and shit. It was rah-rah shit. But Joe wasn't stupid. The guy's got a fucking pedigree, man. He's got a very impressive fucking resume. And then you look at fucking Nevin. Are all three of these guys brain dead? No. Why? What's the common denominator? Why are they losing? It can't be them. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just. I mean, think about it, dude. Just look at the staff every fucking time they bring a new manager in, and just look at these guys that they got teaching the fundamentals to our players at the major league level. I mean, like, think about it. If you were a pitcher and if you were having a rough night, would you want Matt fucking Weiss to come out there and try to talk to you?
No, because again, I'm jealous of the Dodgers having Mark Pryor come out.
I mean, imagine being on the mound and struggling and seeing that piece of shit walk out and try to talk to you. But like, dude, like, bring me some fucking seeds or something, man. I got nothing to talk to you about. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah.
Or Marcus Thames. Like, dude, he was a marginal player at best. At best. He never did anything in the league. Mm-hmm. Wasn't a great hitter.
Yep.
And people are like, oh, we need to hire Benji Gill. If we hired Benji and fired Nevin, what would fucking change? Nothing.
It just depends on how much, because it depends on what kind of manager that the Angels are going to hire. Like, maybe because I thought, man, we hired Nevin back, and then Bochy goes with Texas. Did we not know Bochy was out there?
Yep.
Maybe Bochy would not come here because he knows, well, I don't have free reign. I can't manage the team the way I want to. Maybe that's it too.
And Artie, and think about it. Would you want to go work for Artie? I wouldn't.
No, hell no. Artie's got a terrible. When he first came in the league for the first few years, I mean, you have that, like, the sunshine and lollipops, the new car smell as an owner, but that's long gone. Everyone knows what kind of owner he is now.
And it's just one of those things, man. To run any successful business, sports venture in it, you have to have a good fucking team. I don't just mean players. I mean, you have to have a good structure around you.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of fans don't look at it like that. They just get pissed because they lose. I'm like, well, look at it. Why do they lose? How long have they lost for? Who are the people that are in charge? Who are the people that are going out and signing these free agents like Rendon? Who did the research on this fucking guy? Or did they just go, hey, he's got a good bat and just won a World Series, we're going to sign him?
No, I guarantee you it was just like I told my friend, it was fantasy baseball. Garrett Cole was the first one taken off the list, and you're like, damn, I wish we had the first pick. And then it's like, who's the best available, Epler? Oh, it's this guy Rendon from Washington. Get him. That's it.
Yep. Oh, like, yeah, we don't need fucking Cole. We don't need Verlander. We're gonna go pick up another bat. Like, what? Another fucking bat?
I was so
like, really, dude.
I was so shocked when they signed him because I was like, man, we clearly need pitching, and they were like, nah, let's get Rendon.
It's like sign Tyler Anderson. Let's go pick up Anderson. He had one good fucking year with the Dodgers.
Yeah.
How's he looking this year? He ain't looking too fucking good, is he? No, he's not. Exactly. And he's gonna get shelled tomorrow. I guarantee he's gonna give up at least fucking 5 runs.
I'm gonna put my inner Halo honk on. He's gonna throw a no hitter tomorrow.
Oh. So tomorrow, man, you're gonna be in your clown outfit and you're gonna be in the right place, dude.
Yeah,
it's just sad, dude, that here we are in fucking, basically July now. Usually, we're feeling like this. We're usually late May, mid-May. I do not see the way this team is currently put together and under our management. I do not see this team even sniffing the wild card at this point. Oh, they're only 2.5 games out of 3. I don't give a fuck, dude. They're not going to fucking get in the wild card unless they go out and do something fucking major.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to be stupid enough. They're going to be stupid enough to go, hey, it's late August, early September. We're only 8 games out. We're going to keep Ohtani. And you're not going to do shit. You're going to fall right on your face, and you're going to fucking lose Ohtani, and you're not going to get dick for it.
Yep. I imagine
the same.
I imagine that same scenario because if this team does fall out of it, even if we have time before the break, they're not going to pull the trigger. They've already come out and said he's going nowhere. So,
and there have been some people that have come out and said that the best thing that could happen to the Angels is us losing Ohtani, because Artie will probably really want to sell the team then because he's going to lose a shit ton.
True.
If Ohtani walks, I think Artie sells the team because that stadium's going to dry up.
Oh yeah, we're talking
fucking dry up.
And if Trout doesn't get his shit together, we're talking going back to the days of the 90s when they were averaging about 18,000, maybe 20 on a good night.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I took my son to his first game against the Royals in April, and I hadn't been to the Big A in quite a few years, and I couldn't believe how many Asian people were there, man. Not just from like the local community, but I mean people from Japan and other parts of Asia. Like, I was like, where the fuck am I at, man? Like, this is insane. Everybody buying up Ohtani shit, dude. It was crazy. I mean, I loved it. It was great, but it's like if he goes, dude, like that's gone.
Well, yeah, he's a rock star and then that entices the Japanese and Asian people of descent too, because then they're like, hey, well, let's fly in our loved ones, because either they've moved over here or they're like, hey, I miss Ohtani. He's a big rock star over here, so they fly over here and they take in Disneyland and the Angels.
And I have a friend, he works with the Angels in advertising. Have you noticed how many Japanese and Asian advertisers are paying for spots in that stadium now? Like Bandai, just name one. If he goes, that's gone too. Yeah, that's gone too.
Yeah. I
mean, think about it. If you knew you had a generational player like that, would you not do everything in your fucking power to put a fucking formidable team around him?
Oh yeah,
it's insane, man.
Yeah, but it
just shows you Artie doesn't give a shit.
All it does for me is question how Artie made his money, because he's doing stuff that a non-successful businessman would do.
Yeah. Dude, he's buddies with Trump. That tells you all you need to know. So whether you like Trump or don't like Trump, not get political, but if he's buddies with that dude, that should tell you he's a shady motherfucker, dude.
Yeah, all business guys, just like that. So
it's just sad. It's just sad, dude. So that's why tonight I had a choice. Like, either go see the Indiana Jones movie or watch this game. I'm like, nah, fuck this. I'm gonna go see the movie.
I don't think that was much better. So.
It was okay, man. I'm glad it's his last movie, dude, because it was not pretty. He was cool, Harrison Ford as always, but it was a slow movie, man.
That's what I heard. It didn't get too good reviews, so we'll talk about that one on another night. Yeah, exactly.
But man, I don't want to keep babbling, man. I just it's just frustrating to see this team completely just, fall over their dicks. Just continuously. And they're pissing so many games away that they're going to regret.
Yep. And it's going to cost them.
And they have no sense of urgency. You can see that. They have no sense of urgency.
Yep, it's just on to the next game. That's all they do.
And I did catch your comment when I first got a movie theater. You talking about how there's nobody wanting to call out a team meeting or throw some fucking chairs and raise hell. Well, we don't have anyone like that.
Yep, nobody.
The one guy that it would be Trout, and I just don't think that's him.
No, it's not, because everyone knows that he just wants to get home to his family. So.
Well, Tony, nobody would know what the fuck he was saying anyway. So.
Well, actually, yeah, if he were to go crazy like that, I think everyone would be like, "Oh shit, we better get our act together." And he'd be complimenting him, then they'd be like, "Oh shit, I'm scared of him." They wouldn't know, but yeah, there you go.
And man. I think Shohei knows he's walking, dude. There's no way anybody with any fucking brains would re-sign with a team that shits their pants continuously.
Mm-hmm. It's a waste, man. It's unfortunate.
Well, hey, man. Hey, Todd, have a great time tomorrow, man. I wish I could be there, but I'm sure that you're going to piss a lot of people off.
Yeah, I'm going to do my thing, man. You know me.
You should walk around and just start quoting Roger Lodge.
Yep, that's what I'm going to be doing, man. I'm going to be just...
Starts tonight, folks! Anyway, Todd, man, have a great night.
All right, you too, brother. Take it easy.
All right, take care, man. Later.
All right, that's Eric right there. Let me get to a couple more comments. Damn, we're at the 2-hour mark. God damn, this show went on for a while, but that's good though. Let's see. Also, Silene says, before I go, I have to wanted to give everyone a shout out. Angels baseball has been really enjoyable for me now, having a community to share it with. Thank you, Heedy crew, for this. I appreciate everyone's perspectives, and it's been really cool to hear you guys so much. I really appreciate you checking in, Silene, from over there, overseas. And spread the word. But we appreciate that. Grillmaster says, do we even have scouts? We clearly don't learn about pitchers racing reacting or facing them for the first time. Squid left a stinky stain in the clubhouse, Chris says. Who knows when we get our next victory? Hopefully it's tomorrow, because the season starts tomorrow, right? Todd, what parts of the stadium will you be walking through? Well, I'm going to be at the stands for the first 3 innings. And I think after that, I'm going to start walking around the 400 section, 500, and then come back down, and then back around to our section. I was shocked when the Angels signed Pujols and Kendrys Morales was hot. I know he shattered his leg at home. I was there, but I lobbied for Morales. I knew Pujols was done. Yeah, that was tough, man. Nate Hustle says Bandai is a huge 2-man Namco sheesh. I work security at the stadium. There is a gang of Asians that come to every game, and they're really cool because it gives you a different perspective. They bring noisemakers. It's really cool to have them there, and I don't want to see them not there. Balls, and dick.
Tonight, it's time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and
dick.
John Stamos.
Let's see. Sorry to Babylon. Shit just drives me nuts. It's okay, Eric. It was a good call. Ninja is also a big advertiser on the radio. Terry says it all the time. Bubblegum. Yeah, he has no idea what that means, by the way. Who's going to the eulogy for the Tentacles boy, meaning Squid? I don't know, but his career should be over. It's got to be over. But anyway, everyone, enjoy the rest of your night. It's almost midnight, and we will catch you guys tomorrow at the tailgate. If not, catch us in the post game, either over at Noble or coming live here from the studio. Of course. Take one more. Halo Honkline. Oh, no, maybe not. Hung up right there. You guys have a good one. We'll see you guys tomorrow, like I said.